All right, so you're getting ready for this Plodder Operator interview,
Yeah.
and you really want to stand out from the crowd.
You want to be prepared.
Right, and that's where this deep dive comes in.
Yes.
We have got all the RoleCatcher resources,
We do.
the career guides, the interview guides.
All of this.
Let's just dive right into it.
Yeah, let's break it all down for you.
So, first things first.
First things first.
What is a Plodder Operator?
Yeah, what is a Plodder Operator?
And what exactly does that job look like?
So think about it this way.
Okay.
Like a soap factory.
Ah,
You know those big machines that are churning out those bars of soap that everybody uses?
okay.
You're the one making sure that those bars come out, perfectly shaped and sized. And RoleCatcher's career guide really goes into the nitty-gritty of this whole thing.
Right.
It talks about, the environment. You're going to be in a manufacturing plant, so maybe a little noisy,
Yeah.
maybe a little dusty.
Of course.
But it also gives you a really good picture of the job outlook. Stable,
Right.
moderate demand.
Gotcha.
And even the pros and cons.
Mm.
It's a really stable job,
Mm.
good pay,
Yeah.
but potentially
Right.
it can be physically demanding.
Right.
And the tasks themselves can be a little repetitive.
I see.
But it does talk about how some really cool things are happening in soap manufacturing.
Really?
Like there's automation,
Wow.
robotics are coming into play, and really changing the game.
So it's a very exciting time.
It is.
Okay, so that's kind of the lay of the land,
Right?
and you've landed an interview.
You did it.
You did it.
First step.
That's the first hurdle.
Yeah.
So let's talk about those interview questions.
Let's do it.
RoleCatcher put together this awesome list of 10 common questions
Yeah, they're really good.
that Plodder operators might face.
Mm-hmm.
Let's tackle them one by one
One by one.
and kind of figure out,
Yeah.
what's the best way to approach them.
What are they really asking you?
Exactly.
Right.
So the first one is,
Okay.
what motivated you to apply for this position? Now it seems pretty straightforward.
Basic.
But what are they really trying to figure
I
out?
think they really want to know, are you just looking for any job?
Okay.
Or are you genuinely interested in manufacturing?
Hmm.
Do you have maybe a specific interest in the soap industry?
Gotcha.
They want to know that you've thought about this
Right.
more than just, I need a paycheck.
Yes. So how do you hit the right note
How do you hit the right note?
when you answer this question?
Well, I think you really have to think about what truly drew you to the role.
Okay.
Was it, the hands-on work, the opportunity to work with all these cool machines?
Yeah.
Or maybe you're just fascinated by the soap-making process itself.
That would be pretty cool.
It is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, let that enthusiasm shine through.
Oh, yeah. Let it shine.
Let them know you're excited about soap.
And this is where the career guide can come in handy
It's really useful.
because it gives you some great talking points.
It does.
Like you mentioned,
Yeah.
the industry stability or the growing demand for soap products.
Uh-huh.
It just shows that you've done your research.
You've done your homework.
Yeah, you've done your homework.
Exactly.
And this is also where RoleCatcher's AI can help.
Oh, yeah. This is where it gets really cool.
Right.
Because,
The Copilot feature
right, the co-pilot.
can really fine-tune your answers.
Yeah, it can help you really tailor it to the specific job you're applying for.
So it's like having an AI coach
It is.
who's going to analyze your responses
Yeah, and give you suggestions.
and give you feedback.
And make them even stronger.
Okay, so that's question one.
Okay.
Let's move on to question two.
Okay, what is it?
What experience do you have operating machinery?
Ooh.
Now, this one seems pretty straightforward,
It does.
but I'm sure there are some nuances
There are some nuances.
to how you should answer it.
Definitely.
What are your thoughts?
So, yeah, it is straightforward.
But I think it's really important to be specific.
Okay.
Don't just say, I've worked with machines before.
Right.
Think about the types of machines that you've operated.
Okay.
What were the tasks you did?
Mm.
What certifications do you have?
I see.
And the interview guide really emphasizes this.
Okay.
You need to quantify your experience.
Quantify it.
Yeah. So let's say you operated a packaging machine.
Okay.
How many units did you process per hour? Or how did you work to minimize any downtime?
So instead of saying, I operated a packaging machine,
Right.
you could say,
Okay.
I operated a high-speed packaging machine,
Yes.
processing over 500 units per hour while maintaining a 99% uptime.
Yes, exactly.
That's much more impressive.
It's impressive, and it paints a picture
Right.
of what you can do.
And it shows that you're not just throwing around buzzwords.
No, you know what you're talking about.
But what if you don't have that direct experience
Ooh, good question.
with soap manufacturing machinery? Yeah. What do you do?
I think the interview guide actually touches on that.
It does.
What's this?
If your background isn't a perfect match, Really focus on those transferable skills.
Okay.
So did you troubleshoot mechanical issues? Did you maintain production logs?
Right.
I mean, those are all valuable.
Yeah.
And they can be related back to the plotter operator role.
It's really about showing that you can learn and adapt.
Exactly.
All right, question number 3.
Question number 3 hit me.
How? How would you ensure the machinery you operate is running smoothly and efficiently?
Ooh, good one.
So here, it seems like they're really looking for someone who's proactive.
Proactive, not reactive.
Not just reactive.
Right. Yes. They want to see that you understand that preventative maintenance is important.
Yes.
And that you have a system for monitoring that equipment.
So instead of just saying, I'd fix any problems that come up.
No.
How should you answer this?
Yeah. Talk about your approach to preventative maintenance. So do you regularly inspect the equipment?
Right.
Looking for wear and tear? Do you follow a specific checklist? Can you identify potential issues before they become big problems?
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the key.
And if you have an example,
a
specific story.
Tell a story.
Where you proactively identified.
Yes.
And solved the potential problem.
Gold.
That would be gold.
Stories are powerful.
They are.
They really bring your experience to life.
Absolutely.
And help you stand out.
And speaking of standing out,
yes,
RoleCatcher's AI can help you craft answers that really resonate. Right. It can...
Tell us a little bit more about that.
So with the Copilot subscription, you can actually get personalized feedback on your answers.
Really?
Yeah, the AI analyzes what you say based on that specific job description. And suggests ways to incorporate, those relevant keywords. Tailor your language.
To what the hiring manager is looking for.
It's like having a personal interview coach.
It is like a personal interview coach in your pocket.
That's incredible.
It's pretty great.
All right, let's dive into question 4.
Okay, number 4.
Which is, what safety measures would you take when operating machinery?
Safety first.
Safety first.
Always important.
Clearly a top priority.
Huge priority.
In any manufacturing environment.
Especially manufacturing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so they really want to see that you're serious about this.
Okay.
Not just for yourself, but for everybody you're working with.
Right.
And for the whole environment in general.
So how do you go beyond just saying, I'd follow all the safety rules?
I mean, that's a good start.
Yeah.
But think about specific protocols, things like lockout, tagout procedures.
Yeah.
Things that prevent the machine from accidentally starting up during maintenance.
Okay.
You can also mention personal protective equipment.
PPE.
PPE, exactly.
Safety glasses.
Safety glasses, gloves.
Gloves.
Hearing protection.
Yes, very important.
All very important.
So it's about showing them that you're already thinking like a plotter operator.
Thinking like a plotter operator.
Yes.
That you have that safety mindset.
Right.
And, the interview guide emphasizes something that I think is really important.
Okay.
You should mention any safety training you've had.
Okay.
Or certifications. Because that shows your commitment to safety.
Absolutely.
And that you're qualified to work in that environment.
Great point.
Right.
Okay. Question 5.
Okay.
How do you handle unexpected problems with machinery? Now things are bound to go wrong.
Things happen.
So how do you handle that pressure?
So they want to know how you handle pressure.
Exactly.
Can you stay calm?
Right.
Can you assess the situation? And can you take action?
So instead of saying, I'd panic.
Nobody wants to hear that.
No.
What's a better way to answer this?
Give us a good strategy.
Well, think about the STAR method.
STAR method.
Have you heard of that?
I have.
So it stands for situation, task, action, and result.
Okay.
So describe a specific situation.
Okay.
Where maybe you had a machine problem.
Right.
What was the task? What did you have to get done?
Right.
What actions did you take to resolve it?
Okay.
And what was the positive result?
So give us an example.
Okay, sure. So let's say in my previous role, the conveyor belt on the packaging line suddenly stopped.
Oh, no.
My task was to get that line back up and running as quickly as possible.
Of course.
So I immediately checked the power supply, made sure there weren't any obstructions.
Right.
And then I actually consulted the operator's manual to troubleshoot.
Good idea.
And by doing all of that, I was able to find a loose connection. Fix it within minutes.
Wow.
Minimize the downtime and make sure we met our targets.
That's a great example.
That's a good one.
It really shows that you can handle those unexpected situations.
Yeah, calmly and effectively.
And don't forget the interview guide.
Oh, yeah. It's a great resource.
It's a wealth of information.
It's packed with tips and examples.
But of course, RoleCatcher's AI Copilot.
Oh, yeah.
You can practice your answers get personalized feedback.
Yes.
Make sure you're really hitting those high notes.
You got this?
All right. On to question 6.
Number 6.
This one's all about multitasking.
Multitasking, everybody loves it.
How do you prioritize tasks when operating multiple machines?
Ooh, good one.
That sounds like a real juggling act.
It can be.
Especially in a busy manufacturing environment.
It can be busy.
Right.
Yeah, they want to see that you can stay organized,
Okay.
manage your time, and really prioritize based on what's urgent.
And what's important.
What's important, exactly. It's really about, showing them that you can handle that kind of pressure.
Right.
That you can adapt.
So how do you convey that in an interview?
So I think you want to showcase those organizational skills.
Okay.
Your ability to adapt. Maybe you use a to-do list. Yeah. Maybe you have a specific way that you prioritize things. Or maybe you're just naturally calm and focused under pressure.
Yeah.
And the interview guide actually talks about this. Yeah. It's not about having like a rigid system.
Right.
It's about being able to adjust on the fly.
Because things change.
Things always change.
Right.
Yes, and this is where those insights from the career guide can be really useful.
Okay.
Remember, it mentioned that plotter operators need to be able to troubleshoot problems quickly and efficiently.
Right.
So you can tie that back to this question by saying something like, if one machine starts acting up, I know how to prioritize that issue while still keeping an eye on the other machines and making sure that production doesn't come to a standstill.
So you're not just showing them that you can multitask, but you understand the bigger picture.
Exactly.
You're thinking about the whole operation.
The whole thing.
Right. Question number 7.
Hit me.
How do you ensure that production targets are met?
Ooh, results-oriented.
This one's all about results.
Yeah, they want to know you're driven.
Yeah.
That you're focused on achieving goals.
How do you strike that balance between, confidence and realism?
Yeah, so I think it's really important to be honest and realistic. Don't overpromise, but highlight your track record of meeting or exceeding targets.
So talk about your work ethic.
Your work ethic.
Your ability to stay focused.
Stay focused.
And your commitment to efficiency.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the interview guide actually suggests quantifying your achievements.
Okay, how do you do that?
So you could say something like, in my previous role, I consistently exceeded my production targets by 10%.
Wow.
Thanks to my focus on streamlining processes and minimizing downtime.
Those numbers really paint a picture.
They do.
They do.
They show what you can do.
Okay, on to question 8.
Okay.
How do you ensure quality standards are met when operating machinery?
That's a good one.
This feels especially important for a plotter operator.
Yeah.
You need consistency.
Consistency is key.
In those bars of soap.
Exactly. So they're really looking for someone with an eye for detail. Someone who's meticulous.
So how do you go beyond I pay attention to detail?
I think you have to talk about specific techniques.
Okay.
So do you conduct regular quality checks? Do you use measuring tools? Do you document any deviations from those standards? And I think this is where those insights from the career guide can come in handy.
Okay.
Remember, it talked about how the industry is shifting towards more organic and natural products?
Right.
And how that can impact quality standards?
Yeah, so it shows that you're not just thinking about operating the machine.
It's about the product.
You're thinking about the final product.
Exactly. And the customer.
The consumer.
The consumer.
All right, 2 questions left.
Okay.
Question 9.
Number 9.
How do you ensure that your team is motivated and engaged when operating machinery?
Ooh, teamwork.
Teamwork.
Even though it might not be direct supervision.
Right.
Teamwork's important.
It's still important.
Yeah, so here's your chance to showcase your collaborative spirit. Your ability to contribute to a positive work environment. So talk about your communication skills, your willingness to help your colleagues, and your ability to create a sense of camaraderie.
So you could say something like, I believe in fostering a supportive and collaborative environment where everyone feels comfortable asking for help and sharing ideas.
Exactly.
In my previous role, I often took the initiative to help train new employees
on the
machinery.
That's great.
And ensure that they felt confident and supported.
Perfect.
So even though it's not a supervisory role, you're still showing that leadership potential, that commitment to team success.
Exactly.
Okay, last question.
Last one, bring it on.
How do you keep up to date with industry trends and developments in machinery.
Ooh, staying current.
This one's all about showing them
that
you're eager to learn and grow.
That you're not just going to sit there. You want to keep learning.
How do you highlight that in your answer?
So I think it's important to be specific.
Okay.
What industry publications do you read?
Okay.
What conferences have you attended? Have you taken any online courses?
Right.
And I think it's a great opportunity to mention RoleCatcher.
Oh, yeah.
Show them that you're proactive about your own career development.
Yeah.
So you could say something like, I'm a regular user of RoleCatcher's platform.
Okay.
I find their career guides really insightful. And I'm always checking for new updates and resources.
It shows that you're actively engaged in your professional growth.
And that you're using the resources that are out there to get better.
Okay. We have covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
I feel like I've already aced a Plodder Operator interview.
I think you have.
But before we wrap up, I want to circle back to RoleCatcher's AI Copilot.
Yes. Let's talk about the Copilot.
It feels like such a valuable tool.
It's so helpful.
For anyone who's prepping for an interview.
It really is.
Can you just remind us how it works?
Yeah, so the Copilot subscription,
it's
like having a personalized interview coach.
Okay.
It analyzes your practice responses.
Right.
It suggests improvements based on the specific job description.
Okay.
And it even helps you refine your delivery through video practice.
So it's not just what you say.
It's how you say it.
But how you say it.
Exactly.
And it can help you, fine-tune your language, eliminate those filler words. And project confidence and professionalism.
It's a game changer.
It really is.
It is.
And it's not just for Plodder operators, right?
Yeah.
It can be used for any job interview.
Any job. That's
amazing.
Yeah, whether you're applying for manufacturing or technology or healthcare.
Right.
The AI can help you tailor those answers.
And really showcase your skills.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've covered the ins and outs.
We have.
Of prepping for this Plodder Operator interview.
We did it.
Anything else we should keep in mind?
Yeah, I think it's important to remember that while preparation is key, authenticity is just as important. So be yourself.
Be yourself.
Let your personality shine through.
I like that.
And show them that you're genuinely passionate about this work.
That's a great advice.
And don't forget, RoleCatcher is there.
RoleCatcher is there for you.
Every step of the way.
Okay, that's a great place to end part 2 of our deep dive.
Okay.
Stay tuned for part 3.
We'll be back.
Okay. We're back for the final part of our Plodder Operator interview prep.
The final stretch.
It's like a marathon.
It is a marathon.
But we've covered the key questions.
We have.
We've talked strategy.
Lots of strategy.
But now it's time for those subtle touches.
The little things.
The things that really elevate you.
Yeah.
From good candidate to we need this person.
That's what we want.
Right.
Absolutely.
So what are we talking about here?
So I think this is where it gets really interesting because it goes beyond the scripted answers.
Okay.
It's about understanding those nuances of the role in the industry.
Okay.
Showing them you have that deeper level of insight.
So reading between the lines a little bit.
Yeah, reading between the lines.
Anticipating what they might be thinking, but not directly asking.
Exactly.
Give us an example.
Okay, so let's think about the work environment.
Okay.
The career guide mentioned that it can be noisy.
Yeah.
Potentially you're exposed to chemicals. You don't want to dwell on the negatives.
Of course not.
But acknowledging those aspects and saying, hey, I can adapt.
Yeah.
Shows them that you're realistic.
Right.
And prepared.
You're not going in blind.
No, you know what to expect.
It's like saying, I get it, this isn't a cushy office job.
Right.
I'm ready to roll up my sleeves.
Have your hands dirty. Literally. Literally.
Right. It shows grit.
Grit and determination.
That's what they want.
And the career guide also talks about teamwork.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Right.
Even though the Plodder operator might not be supervising others.
Right.
So how do you showcase that collaborative spirit?
Yeah. Without overstepping.
Yeah. So I think it's all about highlighting your experience.
Okay.
Working in teams.
Okay.
Emphasize your communication skills.
Right.
Your willingness to support your colleagues.
Yeah.
And your ability to follow instructions.
So even in a role that might seem solitary.
Yeah.
You're still a team player.
You got to be a team player.
Yeah.
And that ties back to those soft skills.
Oh, yeah. Those soft skills are so important.
Right.
Communication, collaboration, problem solving.
Employers love those.
They want to see those.
Okay, so I have a question.
Okay, hit me.
As we were going through the career guide,
yeah,
it mentioned that the soap industry is incorporating more automation, and robotics.
It is.
Now, that could be a concern for some candidates.
Yeah. How do you address that?
How do you address that in the interview?
So I think it's all about framing it as an opportunity.
Okay.
An opportunity for growth.
Okay.
So you could say, I'm excited to learn about these advancements. I have experience with automated systems.
Right.
Or I'm willing to be trained.
So instead of seeing it as a threat, you're seeing it as a way to grow.
Exactly.
You're adaptable.
You're adaptable. You're ahead of the curve.
I like that.
It's a growth mindset.
Okay. So we've talked about those subtle things.
Yeah, those little things.
You can do throughout the interview. Let's talk about the final moments.
Ooh, the grand finale.
How do you leave that lasting impression?
So always thank the interviewer for their time.
Of course.
Reiterate your enthusiasm for the role.
Yeah.
And here's a pro tip.
Okay, I love pro tips.
Ask a thoughtful question about the company or the team.
Show them you're listening.
That you're engaged.
Engaged?
He's like the cherry on top.
Ooh, I like that.
Right.
The cherry on top of the interview, Sunday.
Exactly.
And don't forget the thank you note.
Oh, the thank you note.
So important.
So important. Send it within 24 hours.
Yes.
Reinforce your interest.
It's those little touches.
The little things.
That can make all the difference.
They really can.
So there you have it.
You're ready.
You've gone through Plodder Operator Boot Camp.
You've got this.
You're armed with the knowledge.
You are.
You're radiating confidence.
You're going to ace it?
Ready to conquer that interview.
Go get 'em.
Absolutely remember, preparation is key.
Key.
But so is authenticity.
So
be yourself.
Let your personality shine.
Show them who you are.
Exactly.
And as always,
yes,
RoleCatcher is there every step of the way.
Always there.
To provide the tools and resources you need to succeed.
We've got your back.
Well, that's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
On our Plodder Operator deep dive.
We dig it.
Remember, this is just the beginning.
The beginning of your journey.
Keep learning. Keep growing and never stop striving for excellence.
That's right. Go get 'em.